The time has finally come to topple this godforsaken tower. Dimensions End, Entropy Tier 20. Let's go! I'm not gonna lie, this is not my first run of this. I got Cryos LD, so that's cool. I originally went in with Lightning, Penelo, and Cryo, because I just said that I wanted to do that for a long time. That was going to be my team. And it worked really well. But then I reran it with this, because this was another setup I wanted to do. And it was just so ridiculously overpowered for this stage, and it got me thinking. I remember leading up to this, ever since the Japanese server got it, and I'm not blaming anyone by saying this. This isn't like any one person's fault. It's just something that I noticed, okay? So calm yourself. There was a lot of people talking, not just on the Japanese server, but the global server as well, in preparation for this, saying how you needed a tank for this stage. And you don't at all. In fact, I would argue that you're much better off not bringing one, because tell me how this makes any sense. Again, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, but just show me the logic here, because I don't see it. Okay, first I'm going to make the claim, you need a tank for tier 20. Okay, and then I'm also going to somehow say this out loud. If he gets a turn on wave 4, you die. And you can't protect it. So what good is a tank at that point? It sounds like more of a detriment. If anything, it seems like you would need a tank, not even need one, but a tank could be useful in that first part if you let them crack you open. Like for people who don't have lightning, sure. But if you have lightning, just go rush down. I'm serious. There's no sense to bring a tank here unless it's really all you got. But if you can run something like this, or another setup I saw was, okay, there's this setup. Another setup I did was lightning, like I said, lightning, Penelo, and Cryo. Another one that I saw was lightning, Cryo, and Machina. I'm sure lightning, Penelo, and Machina would work just fine too. But you're seeing a theme here, right? It's a lot of just rush downs, attackers, and some heals, if need be. Hell, here we just brought a Penelo call for heals, because I don't think I ever pressed Galvanize a single time. Figured we didn't need it. But we might as well start healing. And I figured Ramza was the best pick for the Penelo call, because he's not going to be getting like stupidly high turn rate like the other two, especially Lightning. Lightning would have been the worst choice for the Penelo call. If you're going to run something like this, give your healer call, if you don't have healers on the team, give your healer call to your slowest character, so that everybody can take the most advantage of that healing. Because if you give it to Lightning, it's just gone. Because I don't even know what the HP requirement is for this. I know we met it though. Whatever it is. The other thing that I would say is very important is don't let this thing get a turn. Especially with this setup. If he gets a turn right now, we're dead. If you have a tank, that won't happen. But what will happen is he'll respawn the adds, and then you got to start that whole process all over again. And it's not fun. So now that these adds are dead, they're not coming back. We're going all in. We're going to kill this larvae and go to the big one. That's why I gave Lightning the ulti call, because I figured she was going to be the one to just kind of spam and kill the adds real quick. And since she's primarily single target, I figured, you know what, I'll give her some AoE, just take care of it. In retrospect, I don't think we even needed the ulti call. I could have given her something else, but you know what I probably should have done? Maybe if I gave her the Reno call and just waited till the next phase and just pop that Reno call right away to up the... Yeah, that probably would have been smarter. Probably would have been better. But I don't think it really matters all that much. Okay, we're almost there. I'm noticing this in comparison to the first run I did. How much quicker this thing is dying simply because of Dark Knight Cecil's HP damage up debuff. It's really helpful. Really helpful. And then on the next wave, I mean, you really can't just bully it with a setup like this. There we go. And it all comes down to this. One thing to keep in mind though, the Blackened Will is immune to turn delay, but you can re-break him to knock his turn back. So that's why lightning is so recommended here. Because look, normally, finally we can pop a Ramza LD. Oh, that was another thing. The reason I did not use that at all in the first phase is because everything that you're fighting is immune to launches. That's why I haven't used a single launch skill. Alright, we got HP damage up. We're going to inflict the most busted call in the game, at least as of right now. That Jack debuff is no joke. Let's just get it to 5 stacks as quickly as possible. So phase 1 is already almost dead. That puts us in a very good spot. If you do want to run more defensive setups, by the way, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I mean, play however you want. All I'm saying is, don't think you have to, because you don't. You can do whatever you want. I'm not trying to judge anybody. I just thought it was strange that it wasn't like I'm going to bring a tank just to be safe. Like, a lot of what I heard was you need one. And that's, I'm sorry, that's just bullshit. It's not true at all. Like, rushdown comps work very well for this stage. Oh, another great character for this is Noctis. Since, like I said, you can't really delay this thing unless you re-break it. With the Noctis LD, you can just keep jumping in front of this thing's turn over and over again anyway. You know what? Maybe I'll do a Noctis run. I saw Dystopia's Wilson, aka Dark, brought Noctis to this. Of course, the Noctis fanboy that he is. And it worked out really well. So yeah, I'll probably do a Noctis run too. Maybe. Because both of the runs I did have lightning, because she's just too damn good for this stage. I mean, she's top DPS everywhere, but it's a single target. Like, come on, it's a single target, and if they get a turn, they kill you. But it's basically begging you to bring lightning to this. But I know other setups can do it. It's just going to give you more trouble than it's worth, in my opinion. Pixeled. Really? Come on now. Alright, just, there's no sense in launching it. Okay, so in this particular phase, if he breaks someone, they're dead. So we're not going to let him do that. And yes, like I said, because you can't delay his turn, yeah, see, it didn't delay. You want to time your launches right. You want to make sure there's 3 in a row. You can't bank on him getting knocked back to get everyone in the order. We might as well just burst. We're in a good spot. Another thing I wasn't sure about at first was, because you know sometimes with some enemies, like if you go into your burst like too late or whatever, and then the thing's down to 1%, it'll just stay at 1% for the rest of your burst. I didn't want that to happen. Like, I wanted to make sure that everything was, all the damage was properly distributed. So I tried it here and it worked really well. Because look, that brings him to his 4th lifespan. Powers gathered, sensing a deep dark power. Which means if he gets a turn, we're dead. So we can't let that happen. So we gotta get through this life, and then he's got another one. And we're gonna do that in 2 turns. You heard me right. In 2 turns. We still have a summon, and we have a bunch of shenanigans. as well just use the last one. This right here, I wasn't sure if this was gonna work, but it looked promising. We'll let Diablos take out that life. Oh, perfect. Yeah, oh, now he's angry. Now he's mad. Mad and defenseless. 20%. Dude, lightning is busted. Lightning is busted. One cool trick you can do with Cryo, is her LD, it has a trap stun, which, how do I word that? It has, okay, it sets a trap, the trap goes off, does damage, and then they're stunned. So you can set it up to where this thing gets a turn, he swings at you, you survive, and then he's stunned. You can put the trap back on where even if he gets a turn, he's just paralyzed. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Entropy, it's been fun. Not all the time, but in general, it's been fun. Nice knowing you, though. Bring on Transcendence. I'm ready. I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to see what your comps were. Thank you for watching.